Right, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a really easy one for the Clio. Just going to be an oil and filter change today, basic service maintenance stuff. We've got a genuine Renault oil filter. So the engine is, there's the part number if you need it, the engine is a Renault Nissan unit, so yeah, there's a lot of filters available. Don't feel like you have to buy the Renault one specifically. Obviously mine's a little bit different with the front mount on there and the big induction filter, but yeah, job's pretty easy. All we're going to do is drop off the under tray, which is held on with some Torx fittings across the front here, and then primarily 4 10mm, one at each wishbone and then one either side of the engine at the back as the exhaust goes out. Just need to take those off, drop the under tray out, whip it out of the way. So I'll do that now, and then we'll have a look underneath as to what size socket we need to drain the oil out of the engine. So right, once the under tray is off, which mine is, it's over there, you're going to get underneath the car. You're obviously going to need your container to drain into. You've got the oil filter located at the front of the engine there. We should be able to just spin that off. And we've got a nut on the back of the sump there, which is a 14mm. Right. The stand you're on is actually quite tall, so having you under here is a bit of a difficult thing actually, without having the car right up in here. Let's see if I can squash you somewhere. How's that? Right, I don't know how that's going to show up. We've got a camera on, and what we've got, like I say, is a 14mm. So we're just going to snap that off. And then in a second, all this oil is going to start draining out. Now I haven't done it, but what I should have is a couple of rags kicking around to wipe up. So we've got the oil there draining out nicely. I'm going to go get a rag, and then we're going to try and spin the oil filter off. Hopefully it's not on too tight. Right, that's draining. Got a rag. Now, all being well, I should be able to just twist this oil filter off. Chances are it's going to have tightened up over the last year, and we'll have to tap it off. Let's give it a go first. Yeah, that's tight. Now, you can get wrenches and straps that go on this. I'm going to be super driveway, as always. And I'm just going to tap this outer ring with a screwdriver and a hammer. So bear with us a sec on that. Now the aim of this isn't to like batter the fucking thing off, but just to loosen it enough that it starts to turn. So I'm going to bruise the edge to give me a lip to bash against. And then start knocking it round. You can see it's starting to move. Didn't have my Weetabix today. Let's tap it a bit further. And there we go, that's loose. So I'm going to definitely need a rag now, because I'm sure when I take that oil filter off it's all going to drip out. Any oil that was there that's built up, because it's on a low point in this engine. So we've got the rag, as you can see, making an absolute mess. Just drop that into that can. Ah, that's really messy, isn't it? Joyous. Spin this around a little bit to catch some of it. Obviously, if you're paying someone to do this job, you're not going to have this mess on your own driveway. Look at that. Gonna get myself another rag now. What I could have done is been quite wise about it and put a big load of cardboard out on the floor. Yeah, maybe do that. But that's oil and filter draining, or oil filter off and oil draining from Clio 4 RS. What I'm going to do at the moment is, whilst that's dribbling out a little bit, we're going to go up top and change another part. So I've ordered this. It's a new brake reservoir cap. Mine's been dribbling for a little while, doesn't seem to seal up properly. That's the part number of the so-say better one. I think if it's Clio 197, you see it's slightly different to this one. Let's get it on the bench and see if there's much that we can see is different. So realistically I can't see much difference in it at all. Oop. Height is exactly the same. Obviously it's got a new seal in it. It's much of a muchness. Well, I'm going to fit it anyway, hopefully, without dropping it on the floor. Hopefully it's going to stop my brake fluid weeping out. It definitely seems to go tighter than the original one, which is what we want. I had a thought that the other one wasn't doing up too tight, and it was effectively warming up the brake fluid when you're beating on it as well, and the brake fluid was weeping out there, and we could evidence this because it started stripping paint down the bottom. So hopefully that nice, new, fresh and tight will be good. Let's get the oil filler cap off while we're up here. And yeah, what else have we got? We've got the oil, Alpine, yeah, new Renault, Dacia. What I always find funny is if you actually turn that upside down, that's RN710 as the spec for Renault. It's now done by Castrol, it used to be done by Alf. But if you turn it upside down, I don't know if the camera's done that, it says oil backwards. I think that's quite funny. Or is it just me? Could be just me being a bit of an idiot. So we've got fresh oil to go in, we've got fresh washers. I don't know where they've sent to, but one of them actually looks damaged. That's not a good start, is it? Oh no, it's a crush washer. My bad. It's got a little dink in it, but I'm sure that'll squash up when we do it up. Part number for the oil filter. We've got a really dinky Renault Clio genuine oil filter. I've been upside down. We're going to top it up with a little bit of oil before we fit it. Make sure there's some in there ready for when the car has its first start. It already have some filtered oil there ready to go then. While we're doing this job, we're also going to finish up the brakes. Now, I haven't really documented it too much, but on the rear we've put some, I can't even remember, M-Tech or Godspeed hooked rear discs on, new bearings and some new Brembo pads. Fronts, I don't even know what road pads in there, but they're very, very squeaky. This has still got plenty of life on them, so we're going to swap them in for some Brembo pads as well, just some road pads. Got a set of track pads there, but we've got some Brembo road pads, so we're going to do that at the same time while the car's in the air once I finish up on the oil and filter. But realistically, oil and filter, you can do that in 45 minutes or less with a pair of ramps and a jack. It doesn't take much at all. Yeah, I'm going to get underneath, give it a spray off and a wipe off, then we'll put the filter and everything back on. So right, yeah, we got the bottom wrapped up, filters on, plugs back in with a fresh washer. Now, it's not a promo plug or anything because I didn't actually buy this service kit from OP Oils or anything, but when you do order from OP Oils, they send you this nice little cardboard funnel, which I've had a few of, so I've got some kicking around. I actually bought my service kit this time around from Cam Racing. And that was because I bought all the brake stuff from them at the same time, so it was just easier for me to purchase it all from one place. Again, no plugs. OP Oils obviously deals with service and oils a lot, and you used to get a discount off them, but I think they've cancelled a lot of them recently. I have no idea why. Cam Racing, again, I've used them previously for Renault bits and bobs. I think they support other vehicles as well. But yeah, this time around I bought it all from them purely because I could purchase everything from one place in one order. These engines I think take about 4 litres, so we're going to dash it in, and as always, put a good few litres in, check for leaks, and then check the dipstick after a while just to make sure that it's at the right level. You're going to have to check this as well after driving, and on a flat surface, but as long as you've got a decent amount in there, you shouldn't have too much of an issue just pootling. But yeah, after you've done this, always go back and double check after a day or two when the engine's cold and the car's flat level, how much oil's in there. Usually between the top and bottom of the dipstick marks it's a litre, and you're safe within those. I tend to go right to the top of the mark for mine, but you can do what you like really. Just trying to show you how to do it on one of these. I guess it's the same as a Juke, with the same engine anyway. That said, most cars are identical. Drain the oil at the bottom, put a fresh filter on wherever it is, either on the bottom of the block. Some of the other Renault engines have it on the front of the block. Some of the BMWs have it on the top of the block. I know my Skoda's got it on the top of the block as well, which makes pre-filling them a bit of a pain. You can't do it, or you make even more of a mess and you're pouring fresh oil on the floor. So this one on this Renault is actually quite nice, having it upside down at the bottom. In my opinion, that is anyway. I'm not doing plugs or anything today. I've done those previously. You can watch those in one of my other videos. Again, not too hard to do on this. Got to get a few bits out of the way. The boost pipes that run across the top. You've obviously got a coil pack. You usually have to replace the turbo hot side gasket at the same time. You can get away with reusing it once, maybe twice. If you start getting a hissing on boost and a loss of power, it's usually that's going. You'll also work the turbo a bit hard if it's starting to leak. But yeah, for me, I'm going to leave that for a little bit. Let it settle, then we'll check the level and top off if we need to. Yeah, I hope overall that's helping people with these Clio 4 RSs. Yeah, they're a more modern Clio, but there's still nuts and bolts. They're still easy enough to work on. Just get involved with a set of spanners really, or a hammer and fucking chisel screwdriver if you need to. But yeah, I'm going to crack on, do the front pads now, and wrap it all up. Right, so I'm not sure if you can really see that. We're just under about halfway on the dipstick, and that's halfway between the top and bottom mark. So it probably needs about another ½ litre in there. But yeah, I'm going to do that. This is going to be the end of the video. You don't need to see me top off the last little bit. Thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. This is a few little bits along with the oil filter change on the Clio, more as a vlog update is it a vlog? I'm too old for this. A video documentation of what's been going on with the Clio recently. We've still got Clio Sport Weekender coming up this year. It's the only track day I've committed to so far. Before then, we do need to get some new tyres. To be fair, the PS71s, I think they're on, have been on there nearly 2 years. I've got a set of track 17s and slicks there as well. I would like a little bit more adjustment up front on the tops of the struts, though I don't want to swap away from the cup shocks and Cook Sport springs. The ride's really good for day-to-day stuff. But yeah, we'll see where we're at for the rest of the year. A few more bits to do to this. But I'll tell you what, if there's anything you do want to see on the Clio, or on the Clio 4 RS specifically, send me a message and I'll see if I can make a video for you, just to cover it off. If it helps you, you can watch the video, it helps me, that'd be great. But for today, that's all from me. Thanks very much for watching.